What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. This is stream number 2 of the day. It is NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying for the Go Bowling at the Glen here at Watkins Glen International. And the NASCAR Cup Series boys are on the track for the first time this morning. And we got a 21-minute practice. I'm not sure if that's everybody. It is 20 cars. So I'm sure this is group one of practice where we had Xfinity had like everybody had two all everybody together. So but thanks so much for hanging out with us. Let's look at the chat real quick. Crazy D, hello. Sky Allen, hello. Bronny, what's going on? Liam, hello. Triton, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy. Miss Tom, hello. And everybody else watching Ninja out there, we appreciate you. Welcome in to NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying for the Go Bowling at the Glen from Watkins Glen International. Hello, Chris. What's up, too, as well? Appreciate you being here, guys. Thanks so much. Let's get to the leaderboard here really quick. And as you can see, uh, Justin Haley is on top of this. I guess this is group one. So I'm just going to say this is group one. I guess they're doing both of them together. So we'll do group one. And let me bring in this here as well. This should come on.
Motorsports that kind of have their first guinea pig out in group number one. The way the qualifying metric is set up, Kyle Larson, the lone Hendrick Motorsports driver, out for this first session. And of course, Kyle Larson, a two-time winner here, but Watkins Glen hadn't been too kind to him as of late, and really the road courses in general. And so been outside of the top 10, actually more like 32nd or worse in 3 of the 4 road course races this year. I know Filipino's been on the radio trying to get Kyle up to speed, but again, they're all watching the SMT data down here between Chase Elliott, William Byron, and Alex Bowman, all at their pit stands, kind of seeing what Kyle's starting to do aboard that Hendrick Car Chevrolet. And every time Gordon talked about running this practice session full, that is the plan for the Hendrick Car Chevrolet of Kyle Larson, as well as, I believe, the most of the Hendrick Motorsports groups. But again, the weather today, hot and sunny. And we're going to see where this racetrack begins to transition when more rubber gets laid down over the course of 25 minutes. But
What's up, Maddie? Good to see you. Earnhardt. Haley, yes, Bronny says. Justin Haley on the top of the Lord here.
Technical.
Keep hitting that like, trying to get to 100 likes, y'all. Help us out.
When it comes to qualifying, because track position here is going to be critical when we get to the race tomorrow. So lots of eyes on telemetry down here on the far end of pit road toward pit exit for the Hendrick Motorsports teams.
Chris mentioned the weather today, currently 80 degrees, climbing toward a high of 85. It feels like even higher, reaching into the 90s. From Watkins Glen International, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right. Appreciate you being here, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out. And we are here for practice and qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series for the Go Bowling at the Glen from Watkins Glen. We appreciate you hanging out as we continue our coverage, as always, on Saturday mornings, bringing you coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series practice and qualifying every Saturday morning when it's available, or Friday evening sometimes. But oh, this isn't. No, we had Xfinity already, Maddie. We were up since 9 o'clock this morning. We already had the Xfinity race. The Xfinity race will be on this afternoon at 1 o'clock. I'm about to get that stream up public. I haven't got a chance to do that yet, so looking forward to getting this video up here for you second. But make sure you're hitting that like for us and subscribing to the channel as we're continuing our goal to 35,000 subscribers. We're at 34,331, so we appreciate that. And in the pin message, guys, I know we don't do this often at all, or I don't ever ask for any cash or anything like that. This is not towards me. This is for our good friend Triton, who's been a mod with us since day one. He's had some medical issues and a lot of serious medical issues. So if you could help with his GoFundMe page, click on that link above in the pin message. And if you do not want to do GoFundMe because you have some stuff against it, there is his PayPal. Anything will help. Any appreciation, never expected. But if you guys can help us out this weekend, this is the only time that I'll do this. I normally don't ever put in the pin message anything for money. So if you guys can help with our good friend Triton, that would be awesome. If you can't, I totally get it. We thank you for watching anyways. Let's get back to the coverage here on the Go with CeeLo. Appreciate you guys here hanging out with us today.
It's a two-time winner here at Watkins Glen, but he reported to Randall Burnett, the crew chief. The car is very, very loose into the corner and off the corner. Said the center is not bad. It's very, very loose. They were looking at the telemetry. It was specifically bad down into turn number 1. Turns 1 and 2, he really lost a lot of time. Pretty good over in the inner loop, and yeah, kind of halfway in the middle when you look at turn 6 and 7. So they made the decision after a couple laps, hey, this is not going to get better. Let's bring him down, get that car freed up and tightened up, and he's rolling back down pit road, and they're hoping for a little bit better run. Kyle, when we look at road courses this year, he's had 2 top 5 finishes on the season, and both have come at road courses. So they're looking at this as a big opportunity and taking an adjustment here to try to give themselves the best shot for a good qualifying run, and more importantly, a good race here tomorrow afternoon.
And here at Watkins Glen, turn 1, it's downhill. It's a downhill braking zone, a lot of weight transfer to the front tires, keeping stability with the rear of the car. It's a challenge you're going to fight here. If to hear him say turn 1's is worst point, that kind of makes sense, but it's one of those pieces. If you can overcome that, you make yourself better everywhere.
Kyle Busch recently told someone, he said Watkins Glen, one of his favorite tracks to come to. Maybe surprising in the sense that, yeah, he's had success, but hasn't had the overwhelming type of success here that he's had elsewhere. But that said, it seems like over the years, anytime we come
One gifted membership, Hammer. Thanks so much for the super chat earlier in the stream, yesterday, the earlier first one this morning, and now a gifted membership. Thank you, Hammer. Everybody tell Hammer thank you for his donations today. Thank you so much.
Yesterday, after having a steering box issue, retired.
What's up, Georgia fan? Good to see you.
Tough.
I know. Justin Haley? What the heck? Well, that is big.
You on.
Look at Catherine Legg's car here.
Right now, single lap speeds. Here's how all 20 of them stack up.
It is Justin Haley who is the quickest thus far, followed by Michael McDowell, then Chris Buescher, defending winner of this race. He's been third quick overall. Ty Gibbs fourth. Kyle Larson fifth. Then Shane Van Gisbergen, no better than sixth quick here in these opening few minutes of practice. Connor Zilic right behind.
What's up with SVG?
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. ninth. And
I just don't think it's his track. I don't think it's his track. But I don't know. I picked him to win. So
12. Riley Herbst is 13th. Zane Smith 14th. Ty Dillon is 15th. Noah Gregson is 16th. Cody Ware 17th. Catherine Legg is 18th. J.J. Yaley 19th. And Josh Fulicki is 20th.
Just heard Alex say that Riley Herbst 13th quick overall thus far. Let's check in and follow up Chris Wilmer.
Kurt Becker just kind of monitoring some of the radios. Riley Herbst is one of the drivers that early brought in his Toyota, one of the guinea pigs for 2311 in this first session. Much like what Steve Poster.
what happened?
With Kyle Busch, really loose on fire off. And one of the detriments here, because of the limited practice time, is this is their only real opportunity to make a change. They went to change on the rears. He said turn 1 was the worst as far as getting the car to really be plugged into the racetrack on corner exit. So listening to Davin Restivo, the crew chief, trying to make some of these changes. He said, we need to run the rest of this out just to kind of get a ballpark because on 5-lap tires, we're still about 2/10 off from where we need to be.
Yeah, the Mission 200. What's up, Coach? How's the liver this morning? It's all right. We're good. It was hurting pretty bad this morning. About 2 o'clock this morning, it was pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Minutes to go.
What's up, man? Are you home now?
In scoring time, the most laps anybody's run so far has been 8 laps.
Props to CeeLo for not wearing that atrocious number 11 hat so far today. So far. You might not get it tomorrow. You might have it tomorrow, though.
I think a lot of folks have to pay close attention.
Charlie, what's up, man? Good to see you as well. Susan, George. It's 2 20-minute sessions and then qualifying for 20 minutes.
It's like something the crew chiefs are going to be paying attention to. And it's not as much what happens with that one fast lap as it is, what that separation might be 0.8 of a second. But if you can only run that fast lap for 1 lap and then you come back and you can kind of maintain at a slower pace from there, that's where we start to see a lack of fall off as we look forward. And you look at this pole piece, the top 3 cars, fast lap are only separated by 4 1,000ths of a second over a minute. It's a minute 12 and 6/10. 4 1,000ths between those 3. You look at it, Kyle Larson's P5 on fast lap, but Kyle Larson's P2 on 5-lap average. Seems like that car hangs on to its pace.
So far, the 2 quickest cars come from the Spire Motorsports stable. Justin.
What's up, T-Van? Good to see you, man. Land, Bills game, drive back to Albany. So I'll be officially home around 11 p.m. Oh, my gosh. Crazy. Are you flying right now?
this racetrack in Watkins Glen. Asked him what he was looking for in this practice session, and Michael said, well, it's really interesting because there's two different aspects of Watkins Glen.
Yes.
There's the speed aspect, which is what they're looking
ADR.
for today to get a good starting spot. He said the speed aspect, you want the car to go up through the S's.
McDonald's, I know, gross. As a former professional drinker, take it from me.
Tomorrow in the race, passing is most
Yeah, the
important.
McDonald's didn't help.
Two different
Having late McDonald's didn't help.
And passing is also
Poor man's first class on Southwest. Awesome.
good speed to get a good qualifying.
Awesome.
But a good feel for the race car. They just brought the car in, and the team is not.
You got your seat?
Communicate what was going on with the car, but I did see some shock adjustments on the rear of the car. Remember, I got in the rear of the car making some adjustments on it. They're second fastest.
Keep hitting that like, trying to get to 100 likes. Help us out, y'all. 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel at the top, y'all. Help us out.
I'll bring you in that balance.
What's up, Red Fanatic, man? Good to see you.
The most important today, and two parts of the racetrack are most important tomorrow for racing.
Yeah, definitely one of the things that changed here with the Gen 7 car. The curves have changed a little bit in the different zones. It's affected the inner loop piece in the background. It was interesting to hear Michael talk about really into turn 6 and into turn 1 as a braking zones where you can make passes. You got to think forward. It's not just about today, it's about tomorrow, and work on both those balances together. We're in the mid stages here of practice number 1 for group number 1. Their one and only practice for the weekend, and it's Justin Haley, not only the fastest in a single lap speed, Justin Haley's the fastest on a 5-lap.
What the heck with Justin Haley? Where the heck did that come from?
10 consecutive lap average.
SVG Connor Zillich, not even close.
From Watkins Glen International. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of that.
So crazy. Justin Haley here in Group 1 practice is the fastest. And that includes some of the top drivers in this thing. SVG, Kyle Larson, Connor Zillich, both of those guys. Kyle Busch. Really, I mean, a whole bunch of these guys in here. Catherine Legg there in 18th. But surprising, Ty Gibbs as well. He's a good road racer. Chris Buescher. What the heck's going on with Justin Haley? Crazy stuff. Wade, what's up, CeeLo? We'll be at Richmond Race Cup and Truck. Nice, Wade. Have a good time. Hope your boy wins there. It's always fun when your boy wins when you're there, right? OG, past McD's room temp Gatorade water, half and half. Miss Tom knows exactly what to do. That's funny. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. I'm working on this afternoon's Xfinity race here. Should be up here in just a second, and we'll have that to transfer over to you. But we got just a little bit left here in practice here for the NASCAR Cup Series, and then we'll hang out here and see who gets the pole. We'll have Group 2 coming up. And how many minutes we got left? We got 8 minutes left in Group 1 practice, and we'll have another 25-minute session for Group 2. And then we'll see here. Copy that. Bring us over here. And we'll see who gets the pole. This should be interesting. But right now, Justin Haley surprising everybody. Michael McDowell looking pretty good. And hey, Michael McDowell with the Go Bowling sponsor on his car. I mean, hey, he's my dark horse, y'all, too, as well. He is my dark horse for today or tomorrow. You got to go with the race sponsor on the car. I mean, that's just a given, right? So, man, oh man. All right, so is that. All right. I think we got it all set up here. Let me go back here.
I'll share a little bit more of the conversation we had with Michael McDowell. Spire Motorsports has gone a total different direction than they started the season with their overall road course package, and they feel really, really good about it. So McDowell feels good about his car, obviously, but it's transferring to Justin Haley. And to talk about some of the struggles, some of the woes, his best finish in Watkins Glen is an 18th place finish.
All right, that is up.
And a good track for him.
Not you, see, Liam.
I checked in with the crew.
Chicken nuggets don't help at 1 a.m. No, they do not. They do not. It was a bad call.
Looks good. That's all.
Yeah, Michael McDowell. Dark horse.
This falls under
SVG. I had to take SVG, but dark horse Michael McDowell.
the full 25 minutes just to see what the car does over the long run, and I think they're like what they're seeing. I know you guys with the 5-lap and 10-lap average, you gotta love what you're seeing here for Justin Haley. Just
Hit that like, y'all. Trying to get to 100 likes.
and rolls on.
Yeah, it's impressive what they've done and be able to have that pace and to work through this and run this whole practice out. As Michael McDowell was talking about earlier, one of the benefits.
Trying to
if
get
you
to
can run
50
this
likes.
practice out,
50 likes. Help us out. 50.
qualifying time. Another advantage to actually having a good balance when you're unloading a race car.
So Justin Haley's still the fastest on
Unbelievable.
as well as the 5 and 10 lap average, but Michael McDowell.
We'll look at the lap averages after the first practice is over.
Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, and Kyle Larson fifth on the board at single lap speeds.
A driver that's had his share of success winning road course events. Heck, he wins everywhere he goes, it seems. But Kyle Larson in the top 5 as far as fastest individual lap thus far in this session. Let's follow up there. 5 minutes to go in the session, by the way. Let's check back in with Chris Wilmer.
Yeah, just listening in to Kyle Larson, it's one of those things where in this Group 1 session, you got quite a list of drivers to compare yourself to. I mean, Todd Gordon, I know you were talking about a little bit ago, the fact that you potentially have a race winner in this opening group between SVG and Connor Zilic as well as Michael McDowell. Now, for Kyle Larson, it's just trying to dive.
For Justin Haley to be this fast, it's crazy.
On single laps,
You're like a McDowell too.
Larson feels like the
Is Rowdy racing today? Yeah, he's in this practice actually.
He felt like
Top 10 right now for Rowdy. Right here, top 10.
Carousel is where he started to capitalize a little bit, but just trying to diagnose the minor changes because it all comes down to those little fractions of a second that could be the difference in a good qualifying run. So Cliff Daniels brought this Chevrolet down. The crew went around each corner of the race car. They even put a chassis wrench in the window to make a minor adjustment there, just to help Kyle every little bit. But it's super tight in this opening group, so trying to see where you stack up with some of the other competitors like the road racing prowess of SVG, Connor Zilic, and Michael McDowell. So they're trying to get a good read on it, but again, made one adjustment here, and the plan is to run the final.
This doesn't look good for Ford. I got Chris Buescher up there, Jamie.
The lap content here.
He might be the only one.
He's fastest on single lap, fastest on 5.
No sillies. Mickey D now, quarter with cheese, fries, regular Coke. You are welcome.
Look at this group you've got. Haley is leading it. Didn't have him there, but McDowell, Buescher, last year's winner. Ty Gibbs, who's given SVG runs at road courses. And then you come back to Larson.
SVG 6th fastest right now. 6th fastest for SVG.
There is, we continue on down to 3 minutes and 25 seconds left for Group 1 practice. And when I look at the tire lap time drop off.
Oh, that was yesterday.
To lap
He wrecked yesterday. He's good now.
Neighborhood of about 2.5 seconds for what he's been doing. Go back further to Shane Van Gisbergen. His drop off, well, it's a little more significant than that. So,
Buescher's your dark horse.
he hangs on is impressive.
Gonna say Rowdy wins it after yesterday. All right.
What you talked about as far as the
Haley has the fastest 15-lap average as well. Wow.
Right now, let's check. Let's get more info on Shane Van Gisbergen. Back to Steve Post.
He just heard the radio about 2 laps ago and said the rear is junk. And
The rear is junk, he says.
The car, and he says, "Do you want me to bring it in?" And Stephen Dorr, the crew chief, said, "We only have."
You'll be after it.
And we don't have time to make any adjustments, so just run it out. So it appears that they ran the rear tires off from this car for SVG, and that might show when you guys talked about the lap speeds from lap 1 over a longer run. Seems to be the case with Shane Van Gisbergen. So they're going to come in, make some adjustments, and go out qualify, but they're going to run this thing right to the finish to see what they learn about the trends and what they learn over the course of a few more laps this session.
If you're a competitor listening to that, don't take favor out of that. I remember him being pretty critical of his race car in Sonoma as well, and turned out to be pretty good race.
Todd, we often talk about the challenges of racetracks, and let's focus specifically on road courses. The challenges a road course can present for any given driver. And of course,
Actually, my head is fine. I'm good. Just my stomach is.
You chip when a crew chief who has won in the Cup Series at Watkins Glen isn't the same for a crew chief. We tend to think about drivers. Challenges for a crew chief when we come to a road course.
Yeah, and different road courses bring different challenges. We often talk about Watkins Glen being the super speedway of road course races. There's a lot of high-speed aero stuff here. You've got to keep platform in your car. You've got to keep yourself It's different than Sonoma. Sonoma, you can let the car roll up and be kind of soft and grippy. Here, you've got to make sure that carousel. You're coming out of the inner loop. You're out of the carousel. That's a kind of almost an oval corner backwards. You've got to make sure that your platform's good. It's a different challenge, and it's one for crew chiefs. They've got to hit on this piece. Another car that I think will be in the mix here, Ty Gibbs in this practice, working pretty hard forward about this. Chris Miller, you've got more on what they're talking about.
Yeah, Todd, so far so good for Ty Gibbs. He's been relatively quiet on the radio. They did opt to bring him down to pit road just to make one minor adjustment. Again, talking about just the fractions of minor things you can do to find that extra little bit of speed. Ty Gibbs' major complaint is just fighting a loose condition throughout the racetrack, but his
Daniel Suarez, one road course on his career, Sonoma 2022.
this racetrack seemed to be
6 top 5s. Definitely needs something. You're going with a 77 Kosovar, Charles. Awesome.
Made a minor adjustment, but again,
just remember in the road course, it's not the fastest car that wins most times. It's the one with the quickest pit stop. That's right.
Lane, Justin Haley in Group 1.
Thank you, BJB. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bud.
This is the 10. And
I'm sorry that your friends that normally show the races are not on today. Sorry about that. But thanks for taking the time to type in the chat and paying me to say it. We appreciate you.
The air from Britton on top of the.
Everybody tell BJ hi. Everybody tell BJB hi. Hi.
Just a moment. Watkins Glen.
Tell him I said, everybody said, say hi. That's crazy. This trash. Whatever, buddy. What time's the race? 2 or 3? I need to knock out a couple of chores. We're going to be live at 1 o'clock Central. 1 o'clock Central for the race today. So, but everybody tell BJB hi. Welcome him in. Appreciate you being here, buddy. So Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, SVG, Connor Zillich, Todd Gillen, Ricky Stenhouse, Kyle Busch, Cole Custer, Daniel Suarez, Riley Herbst, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, Noah Graxon, Cody Ware, Catherine Legg, JJ Yaley, and Josh Berlicki. JJ Yaley in that Syracuse car. That looks pretty good too. It's the Syracuse car. Had a pretty good paint job. So he's in that 44. JJ Yaley. And Catherine Legg's going to try to give it an old hee-ho again too today. See, last time she finished like in the 19th, I believe. The last race that she was in. What's up, Chris B? Good to see you too as well. Thanks so much. Everybody's saying hi to BJB this morning. We welcome you in, BJB. We appreciate you being here. Only trash in these lives is that hat and Speedo, Maddie says. That's right. Maddie's getting into it. He's all about the trash talking to CeeLo about his driver. That's awesome. We're almost to 100 likes, 50 to go. Hit that like for us, please. That's what it is. BJB, that's stand for I have a guess not clean enough to repeat here. Have a good day, BJ. That's right. See you later, BJ. So Lloyd says, I like that McDowell car sponsor paint scheme. Yeah, go bowling on the cars. I mean, even in my paint scheme, I was like, oh yeah, that's, you got to go with the race sponsor on the car for sure.
The most laps anybody ran in that practice running all the way through was 19. So we're not seeing a racetrack that goes through a rubbering in profile where it gets more like Racetron. I think these two practices are more connected to each other than any other regular ovals we go to.
Connor Zillich, one of the drivers who was on the track for that Group 1 practice session, he was 7th quickest overall. Steve Post, I suppose if you've got
CeeLo, if you're not well, get yourself. I'm good. I am good. I'm fine.
Just heard an absolutely detailed breakdown of the car.
I will be just fine. I thank you guys for caring about me.
And built free over the course of the run. That means loose. That means the rear end wanted to step out. Toward the end of the run, he had a challenge with forward drive and getting the car up off from the.
So Ozzy Glen, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here.
Like he learned a lot during this session. Gary radioed back to him and said, everybody is facing that, but your fall off on speed from lap 10 to 15 is significantly less than Shane Van Gisbergen and Chris Buescher, who are two cars that they monitored and watched. So it sounds like Connor Zillich has similar problems in that the car is loose, but maybe not quite as severe as Shane Van Gisbergen. And as they talked about, the speed fall off for Chris Buescher was the same as well. Very, very dramatic after 10 to 15 laps. For Connor Zillich.
What's up, Rat Farmer? Good to see you.
but not
All right,
quite as
Coach.
much. So they're gonna
Welcome
go
home,
this race
Coach. Have fun at the game today.
Colors on the card. Aaron Grubb and this team.
CeeLo, I've been looking up for that pitching matchup for today's Braves game. Neither pitcher has faced any other team's batters. Ooh.
One, they both
Yeah, that's interesting.
18 laps in that practice session, two better than everybody.
Braves last night lost.
Two drivers on the track.
They will include Eric Jones, A.J. Allmendinger, Denny Hamlin, John Hunter Nemechek, Austin Dillon, Josh Berry, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell.
Look at the lap averages really quick.
Getting set to go.
Along with Ross Chastain, Chase
Toggling.
Logano, Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and William Byron in Group 2.
Look at that 15 lap average too, Bronny. Look at that 15 lap average. Justin Haley, right up there with Zilich and SVG.
For 20 miles, the distance
Crazy.
is one of the highlights of the summer schedule.
We'll have Group 2 practice in just a moment from Watkins Glen International. This is the Motor Racing Network.
All right, so Justin Haley up there. Todd Gilliland looks like fastest overall in lap average. Larson and Gibbs, but then you get your 5 lap average. There's Haley, Larson, McDowell, and then Haley, Zilich, Larson, Haley, Zilich, SVG. Haley up there with some big time names. Maybe they've shared a little bit of stuff with McDowell's setup car because you know he's pretty good at these road course races. Maybe they set up a little knowledge for the 70 for the 7. Curious where Hocevar is not in this group, so we'll see what he can do in this second group here. But this is practice number 1. Let's see if I can refresh it. I hope I didn't screw it up. Practice number 2 coming up here. They haven't posted it yet, but we'll just wait here for that. But thanks for the ones that are joining us today. We appreciate you. Make sure you're hitting that like. We're trying to get to 100 likes. 100 likes on the stream. There's always DoorDash and an air fryer. That's right. I'm out. We'll be back sometime during the race. Hopefully there won't be as many cautions today. I know, right, Maddie? 9 or the most cautions ever yesterday. It was at 9 or 10 for the trucks. Record. So, but Haley and McDowell talking to each other, so you know that McDowell's been helping him out. Jamie says, CeeLo, you think Busch will retire after the 2026? He doesn't win any between now and November 20, maybe, possibly. Plus, BJB, huh? What the heck? You're supposed to be all mad at me. Welcome in, BJB. You just got to know your room, man. You can't just come in here and start like that. That's not how it works. We got a lot of people that'll be like, attack you there. Busch is good to be putting up with the shoot. Lloyd says, I think Busch still has a couple good years left, but I told CeeLo before this season, Hamlin is scorched earth this year. He's in it to win it. That's right. All in. That's right. All in. The 66, I don't think he's he's not out here yet. He's in Group 2. 66 is in Group 2. Group 2 qualifying. So thank you guys for being here. Nicholas, what's going on, man? Braves come back to earth yesterday, Nicholas. How many cautions are we going to see? I don't know. We'll see. Y'all weird. SBG signed a new contract. That's right, Ozzy. Definitely in it now for the NASCAR Cup Series for sure. Dev, you're welcome. 40 likes to go. 40 likes to 100. Help us out to that 40 likes to 100 likes here. Group 2 practice coming up here in just a second, and then we'll be qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series on our channel. So thank you guys so much for being here. Busch will change teams if he doesn't win, Frank says. I don't know. We'll see what happens. He's always talked about waiting for his boy to get old enough to go be a truck owner again and have him drive it. So we'll see what happens.
Rich Chevy is doing a great job. So, yeah, just super thankful to be in fast race cars. We're going to try to execute qualifying here and have a good weekend.
A good weekend.
Thank you, Charles. Glad you're here, buddy.
On the Chevrolet for Justin Haley, fastest not only in the short run but in the long run in that Group A practice session.
He and teammate Michael McDowell from Spire Motorsports topping the leaderboard in that first practice session. You know, Spire already got their first ever ARCA Menard Series win here just yesterday when Tristan McKee.
That's right, Trey. Late to the party, Joyce.
Lane. Spire Motorsports, they have a lot going on across various series.
Yeah, we'll be live at 1 o'clock.
As far as their driver development program.
And you mentioned the ARCA Menard Series. They ran multiple.
I don't like your Hamlin hat. That's all right.
Series. And oh, by the way, in the Cup race here at Watkins Glen 1 year ago, they finished top 10 with all 3 of their entries.
Check back in downstairs with Chris Williams.
Kyle Larson was top 5 in group number 1. Looking over some of the data, Kyle, how would you assess that 25 minutes? It goes by in a hurry.
It does. It does go by fast. But yeah, I mean, I feel like my car is much more better or gripped up than last year, so it makes things a little bit easier behind the wheel, and you're not kind of searching for speed and what you can do behind the wheel. Obviously, there's still areas I can be better, and that's what I'm looking at right now. But yeah, I mean, comfort wise, it feels close. So we'll pay attention to our teammates here, and I'm sure they'll be really fast too. And then we'll all kind of talk about it and see how to be good for qualifying and the race tomorrow.
How difficult is it to balance trying to find speed, but also knowing in the race you got to be able to pass too as well?
Yeah, I mean, we'll hopefully qualify good, and there'll be less passing that has to be done. But yeah, for me, really, right now, just trying to think about what areas I'm good, think about what areas I can be better, and how to do better behind the wheel, and then try to piece it all together next to a good qualifying section.
Appreciate your time. Kyle Larson going to go back to studying some data. Areas to get better. Drivers are always learning. And by the way, he's not done. As soon as we wrap up qualifying here today, he's going to hop on a plane and go for his 4th Knoxville Nationals win, where he starts 9th tonight, and then a late night flight back here to Watkins Glen to race in the Cup race tomorrow.
Not sure that I want my driver doing all that, but he does a great job of doing it. One of the things I took out of this, Chris, he talked about he's going to look at his teammates' data. That's one of the great parts when you've got multiple cars. You can run one section and look at the cars that came out of that for the next one. The one organization this weekend that does.
He wears that hat to torture us. I do.
Cars are in this group too, and
I love a reaction, Miss Tom.
That's true, and we will.
If you know anything about me,
Racetrack here.
I love to get a reaction.
All 3 of the Team Penske cars, so Austin Cindric and Joey Logano and Ryan Blaney all getting.
Does the 25 minutes go by fast as Xfinity Mobile? Yes, it does, Big J.
So we await the cars to come onto the track. Alex, you and I both have.
Yes, Ozzy. Ozzy. He's gonna qualify. He qualified 2nd. He's on the outside pole with Zilich.
Things that struck me when we got to town and we flew into Syracuse and made the drive to Ithaca and the Watkins Glen region. You think about
Zilich and SVG on the pole. Now, if they do work on SVG's car, he'll have to go to the back of the pack. So we'll see what happens. Danny, what's up, man? Good to see you, buddy.
And turning it into like a mom and pop winery and so forth with a bistro, and they just it's almost like they're welcoming you personally onto their farm.
Yeah, you're right about that. It really is a
What has it? Oh yeah.
Atmosphere up and around here as the green flag goes in the air now for Group 2. The 25-minute clock begins to run. But it is such a welcoming region here in upstate New York around the Finger Lakes region. They love their agriculture. They love their racing so much. Todd Gordon, your middle name is your parents.
What's up, Jimmy?
After a legendary racer from this area.
yeah,
SVG will win, Ozzy says. We'll see.
after, but definitely name was influenced by. My parents both went to Oswego State to school, and Oswego is the home of the super modifieds. They're the back in the day that was kind of the feeder to going in.
Saturday night racing next weekend, y'all.
My middle name's Bentley. There's a guy in the Northeast that's known very well. Bentley Warren that drove those for years, won tons of races. A racer that he was an icon. Won and everything.
Miss Tom, you're awesome.
And had a good time doing it.
Alex, have you found? You mentioned coming to New York and
Figure that out day 2 or 3.
Race fans here. One thing I've found, if I go out on the infield, if you're going to strike up a racing conversation with New York race fans, you better know your stuff.
Yes, and I don't necessarily know if I would challenge them on their knowledge either, because they'll let you know that you're wrong in a hurry, and rightfully so. Sometimes you just got to take your medicine out there. But we've had a wonderful time, as we always do. Every
We
year
got Group 2 now.
International. The fans absolutely are everywhere. The infield jam packed. We walked the midway out here earlier today. We did it yesterday as well. Fans are
Oh, okay, that's right. They put them all together. I forgot.
and specifically NASCAR racing.
Had good crowds here yesterday for the Arca Menard Series event and also for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Talked about Tristan McKee winning the former. The latter went to Corey Hine. But our focus right now is the NASCAR Cup Series, and the Group 2 practice is now underway. 23 minutes remaining here. Cars have worked their way around the racetrack and back across start finish as Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell and Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney all head for turn one.
So as they make their opening hot laps, if you will, here, just a reminder that the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be racing here at Watkins Glen International later today, and you can hear it live right here on the Motor Racing Network.
All right, Willie B, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Austin Cindric, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, Austin Dillon, John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Jones, Carson Hocevar, and Josh Berry, Shark Blood, are in this group too.
Air fresh off his victory recently in Iowa. That was just 1 week ago. He also qualified in the top 5. Kaz Gralla will be in the lineup. He made the top 10. Justin Allgaier in the top 10 as well. And again, our live coverage.
Anybody beat Justin Haley?
At 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
I don't see Bubba.
International. This is the Motor Racing Network.
Where's Bubba? I didn't see him. Maybe he's just not out there yet. They haven't put his name out there yet. He's not on the track yet. So I guess we're missing Bubba Wallace. Right now, it looks like Austin Cindric's the fastest in Group 2 practice, along with Eric Jones, Carson Hocevar, Christopher Bell. But Austin Cindric, one of those Penske Fords there in Group 2 practice, as Justin Haley still leads the way here. We thank you for being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here today on the Go with CeeLo. We appreciate you. Big J says, is qualifying going to be timed session like? Yes, it will be a timed session, just like Xfinity. Jimmy says, a group of my friends just left there today. They were there for Outdoorsman trade show. Well, I was downtown last night, Jimmy, and I was downtown on Tuesday, and I think I saw all those people. I think you got to ask them, did they rent out Jason Aldean's place? Because there was a private party at Jason Aldean's, and they rented out the whole thing. So I'm assuming that might be a group that might do that type of thing there. So we thank you guys for being here, y'all. Appreciate it.
Welcome back to Watkins Glen. Group 2 is on the racetrack for practice, just underway here this afternoon. Group 1 already is wrapped up. Talked about the fact that Justin Haley was the quickest of that opening group. Austin Cindric so far among the leaders here in this particular group, although just 13th overall on the leaderboard.
They're beginning to get their opening couple of laps in. One of the
There's Bubba, 31st.
Group is William Byron. Broke through, got a big win last week to try
Hocevar now the fastest.
Their season, if you will, after picking up the win in the season opening Daytona 500. William Byron here in group number 2. He's a driver that
Kyle Busch is right. Lack of practice makes a racing a challenge. You're right.
Yeah, I think so, Alex Hayden, and rightfully so. I mean, he won this race.
Look at Bowman the Slowman.
Anomaly. Don't forget, we had a new 10th here at this
fastest right now.
It took a lot of teams, including William Byron and Rudy Fugel, a little bit of time to get diagnosed of just what this tire does as far as the long run, the fall off, and other ways that this tire performs around this fast course. William Byron spent some time with the media today, and he was pretty adamant that they had a big notebook kind of filled up between last year and coming into this year about maybe what they learned, the tendencies, and maybe a better baseline to roll out here at Watkins Glen with. So talk about momentum for a driver, not only coming off that win, but it coming up here to a good racetrack that they feel like they can continue to build on that momentum. And you guys had mentioned it, finally broke through at that.
Yeah, it's on.
I mean, it had been pretty much a tumultuous, probably early summer portion of the season. And William was open and honest this morning about the fact that it's honestly helped him has been seeing a sports therapist over the last couple of years and understanding that you have to
Bowman the Goman.
The perspective of the season.
Bowman the Slowman. Denny does not drink, but his house looks like there's 3 bars stocked with everything.
Really right the ship and really capitalize on an opportunity last week with a big strategy call. So William Byron riding a ton of momentum, and they feel like that today should be a lot better as far as getting a good read on the race car. And so expect William Byron to be up towards the front when we're all said and done.
Don't know that anybody, including William and his crew chief, could have seen the number of cautions that were going to unfold last Sunday in Iowa. But as Chris alluded to, it's all about being in the right position to go ahead and capitalize on the circumstance, and they certainly did that. Also, our producer, Trey Downey, kind of took you to task, Alex, a moment ago about the betting parlay. Now, he said you maybe should have said having William Byron on your betting slip would be a good idea. But there are people who will bet across multiple series. So if somebody out there has a ticket with Corey High winning yesterday, part of the parlay could be William Byron on Sunday.
So was I right or wrong?
I think you're spot on.
Oh, thank you, Kurt. Clearly, I'm not one of the gambling type out there.
There's a mountain of evidence in your favor.
We are in Group 2 right now with the NASCAR Cup Series practice. Sports Empire still going up the Glen. Qualifying for that race will be held here as soon as this group starts up. Their practice session in another 17 and a half minutes. In this group, Chase Briscoe is the fastest single lap speed of Group 2. However, Todd Gordon, that's only good enough for ninth on the overall leaderboard.
Yeah, it is, and it's.
I'm a Joey fan, but when it comes to road courses, it's Joey Slogano.
McDowell is 3.
Just like Denny, too. Denny sucks at road courses.
8.
He's horrible.
This may be a little bit, Kurt asked earlier, Group 1 versus Group 2. We had Xfinity qualifying on the racetrack before this, which tends to pick rubber out of the racetrack if there is rubber in there. I don't feel like the group.
Yeah, that was nasty, Crazy D.
Their practice was a penalty, but the rubber.
Family Feud in Mooresville, North Carolina.
Actually determine the speed out of this Group 2. But this Group 2 probably gets a better feel for what the fall off is for the entire race because the track's already a little conditioned.
Alex talked about the fact that Chase Briscoe has been the
The
quickest.
ones in the green are the ones on the track.
Overall,
Looks like Briscoe's the fastest right now.
as far as fastest speeds, individual laps thus far in these 2 practice sessions. Only 2 1,000ths of a second at one point had separated Briscoe from the second quickest in this.
That's right, Jimmy.
In fact, that's still the case. So as far as group for group,
25 likes to 100. Help us get those likes, y'all. Help us out.
separation.
There is not, but I think something else that is worth talking about is the Group 2 drivers. They have just now clicked off 5 consecutive laps. William Byron has gone to 5th in the 5 consecutive lap average. His Hendrick Motorsports teammate Alex Bowman has popped up into the top 10 in consecutive 5 lap averages, as Bowman is now in the 8th position on that note as well. So while they're not top of the leaderboard, Kurt, they are certainly in the ballpark.
And the quickest overall thus far came out of Group 1. That was Justin Haley. We heard from him moments ago. His quickest individual lap was, 113.6.
Grant Farmer, I'm west of you off of a Highway 150.
1.364.
Denver, North Carolina.
His laps that he ran. He ended up running 17 laps total, and again, his fastest, a little over 121 miles per hour. That's better than 73 seconds. That's about 72.6 seconds for one lap around this 2.45 mile layout. And as Todd Gordon touched on moments ago, Shane Van Gisbergen and also Connor Zillich, they ran the most laps of anybody in Group 1, but just 19 overall.
Todd, what are you looking at here with these Group 2 drivers as you study not only telemetry, but timing and scoring?
It's just looking at where the lap time degradation is for these guys and where they've gotten to. It's one of those situations where, trying to get a feel for what these guys need to do and what the crew chiefs are anticipating out of this data for where they'll end up being race strategy-wise.
Seems like over the years, Todd, we've gone to a lot of ovals where
Never been to Mooresville. I've only been to Charlotte.
Racing surfaces that will quickly chew up tires. And
Teresa Earnhardt wants to sell 30 acres of Dale Earnhardt's land to build a data center.
Their speed.
Some of that.
Road courses in general, Watkins Glen in particular. In your experience, has tire degradation?
$30 million.
This particular set.
Well, Goodyear came here last year with a new tire and anticipating that they could create more lap time fall off. And then when they came for the test and did that test in the spring to summer, it was like 4 seconds of lap time degradation.
Dale Sr., oldest son, said no.
Everybody wondered where it was going to be. By the time these crew chiefs got to work on the cars in last year's race, they cut that in half. It was more like 2 seconds.
They're on the field trip back when they were filming Days of Thunder.
Pieces when you look at road course racing. As a whole, if you go back in my days.
Anybody been to Carowinds? The park there in Charlotte?
Getting to the point, basically saying end of the race, how early can I pit, still have enough fuel to get there? And then from that point, how early can I pit to get to that point? So those are some of the things you're looking at. But as Goodyear has introduced new tires, and they've done such a good job of helping us with the short track and road course program. Now
Yeah, that's a pretty cool part.
now it becomes more of a question, like you talked about it.
Who's gonna watch the NFL Bills game?
Can I run
It was a good
It may
movie.
not be just the
Ozzy.
windows. It may be trying to put yourself
Can't come in right now. We're eating ice cream.
that clip where you lose a lot of lap time at the end of the run and strategizing right forward from there.
Right now, here in Group 2, Chase Briscoe continues to be the fastest of the Group 2. Again, 9th overall in the single lap speeds. You go down the running order for these Group 2 drivers, and you see
Eric Church, what's going on, man?
down the
Did the Legend in Training send you any of that $1 million he won, Eric Church?
speeds. I think Tyler Reddick is a road course guy. He's won quite a few on the road.
This is America.
So way back on what we call the right side of the computer screen.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Is 34th. Riley Herbst is the best of the 2311 cars, Chris Wellner. Herbst is 26th right now on the leaderboard.
Yeah, still a lot of work to do for the 2311 drivers. Listening to both Bubba Wallace and Tyler
Nobody can touch the top 8.
pit road right now. The crew working underneath the right front tire of his pink Toyota with the McDonald's sponsorship on it. Checked in with the radio, and Bubba just said, "I'm way too snug throughout this entire road course."
I love that McDonald land car.
It is plowing tight, and the car just is really almost too stuck in the racetrack where you can't get it pointed.
One with the
straight.
green or on the track right now.
Also, possibly a spring adjustment as well. I may have caught that over the radio.
Watch the screaming
Tyler
kids.
Reddick, the first 4 corners, not
Ah, there you go.
that section.
I told him to keep it, put it in his team.
All
Yeah,
the way up through the S's, down the back straightaway. So there
sounds about right.
speed section for Tyler Reddick, offering different lines as well.
Were you the one to tell him to give Ty Dillon $10,000?
To either of these drivers' likings right now? Bubba Wallace on pit road.
That was your share, and he was like, "You're like, just give it to Ty Dillon."
He runs. It's not getting any better for that driver.
Still some 11 minutes to go here for Group 2. Again, Tyler Reddick shows 28th overall. From Watkins Glen International, this is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
All right, thanks so much for hanging out with us today, guys. We are 20 likes away from 100 likes. Make sure you do it. This is Group 2 practice. 11 minutes left. We'll have qualifying here pretty soon, and then after that, around 1 o'clock, about an hour from now, we're gonna have pre-race ceremonies for the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. It's going pretty quick today. Boom, 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 just like that. So coming up after this will be a 25-minute run for both practices, and then we'll have all that stuff too. That's right. Ty Dillon needed more. There you go. That's right. Let's see here. Jake thinks the 23 car is disgusting. The paint job is disgusting. I just like the hamburger on there. I always like that there. That's pretty cool. But see, CeeLo, it's a sign. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jake says, no, if anything, it's Dale Carey Kelly's, not Teresa's. Well, I mean, she's the owner of the land, though. I understand that, though. I understand. Lizard King, what's going on? Haley has lifted his game for the silly season he has, and no one can touch Justin Haley either. That's the crazy part. No one. Chase Briscoe's gotten only to 9th.
To practice for the NASCAR Cup Series for tomorrow's Go Bowling at the Glen. Alex, before we went to the break, you talked about drivers whose names are appearing on the wrong side of the computer screen. If you're in the column over to the right, that means you're slow. Regrettably for RFK Racing, 2/3 of their drivers find themselves in that spot.
Yeah, they are. One of them being Ryan Preece. He's 33rd, and Brad Keselowski is 30th.
From Men Wear Pink.
The third car of that trio from RFK is Chris
Hmm.
Buescher. He was in Group 1, the defending winner of this race. Well, Buescher is 3rd fastest overall. So
Denny just needs to go ahead and hit the wall and get out of the way.
This race,
Exactly. Where is Denny?
Speaking of drivers that have a good feel for this race course, how about Ross Chastain? He was
32nd fastest, of course.
Came here back in September of 2024. Let's get an update on Chastain with Steve Post.
They're having what seems to be a solid day. I say seems to be because they're not saying one word on the radio. And I'll go back to a conversation. Pat Gordon and I, we do crew call. And
Hit that like, y'all. Help us out. Trying to get to 100, like 16 to go to 100.
It's decent, remotely good. They're going to probably run the full stage out, and that looks like it's happening here as Ross Chastain is just running laps and getting lap times in. And the bigger picture with this race team, they really need to have a good day Saturday. As a matter of fact,
Larson seems off on the pace on road course. Yeah, I this whole year he has.
with Shane Van Gisbergen today. He was still
Mini chocolate chip cookies. I'll take one, Georgia fan. I haven't had breakfast yet. Where does the fiber trunk line run? I don't know what that means.
So, I'm going to put an effort on how they're due on Saturday. Going back a week ago at Iowa, not sure, but he said, but they felt like
Flipping Nashville home show.
when they got to the qualifying round, Ross hit a bump just wrong time, wrong place, wrong way, and they ended up qualifying again, I think 27th or somewhere in the middle of the back half of the pack. And they just need a good day Saturday. So this is a good racetrack for them. They won the pole last year. That would be really, really good. But a good, solid top 10 qualifying run would be great for this team. And they could race from ahead of the curve instead of playing catch up all day long. So
Johnny O got sent down.
Quiet on the radio as Ross Chastain is just logging laps, and I'm sure making
Fun
notes
times.
going over the course of this run, so they can share that once they finally decide to pull the plug. This practice run.
And to expand on some of what we talked about on Crew Call with Phil Surgeon this week, he talked a little bit about going.
Think he'll get the pole?
And Shane Van Gisbergen have almost become like coach and student in different situations. But then when we go to road courses, Ross has got Shane there to kind of talk him through what he looks for at these places. And there's times that
13 likes away. Hit that like for us. Subscribe to the channel as well, y'all. Up there, subscribe. 34,333.
These unique mobiles that Ross is there to work with Shane. It's part of the teamwork they've got at Trackhouse, and I think a good situation. Ross is 11th on the board right now. I think a good weekend ahead of them this weekend.
I think so too. And this is a team that has had some hiccups here. In the last 7 races, they've had 5 finishes of 20.
SVG's girlfriend Jess works for Chevy. Really?
Awesome. Chastain and that Trackhouse racing team.
Hasn't SVG won every race this year? Road course race this year? No, cup-wise, yes.
So led a race high 51 laps in this race a year ago.
4 drivers in the lineup for Trackhouse here.
Just think, if he does win,
to some extent, all 4 have
he's gonna
this practice session.
he'll tie Denny Hamlin.
Zillage checks in 7th.
Oh, that's right. Christopher Bell won at Coda. That's right.
Daniel Suarez right toward the center of the pack.
You're correct.
21st position as we continue to work our way through the Group 2 practice session here at the Glen.
As we continue on overall, Justin Haley's the fastest. He came out of group number 1. Things have changed on the 10 consecutive lap average. Now that these group 2 drivers have eclipsed that 10 consecutive lap mark, William Byron has gone to the top of the leaderboard there in that mix from Hendrick Motorsports. Chase Elliott, who's won here.
Thanks for subbing, Mikkel. Thanks for subbing. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Cup Series win. What are they saying about Chase Elliott?
Yeah, Chase Elliott would love to get another win and finally get a road course win in a next-gen car, but they still have some work to do. Alan Gustafson on the radio letting Chase know, because Chase has been asking, where am I compared to my teammate William Byron? Well,
89 likes. Help us out. 100 likes. That's what we want.
Long run speed on that Napa Chevrolet for Chase Elliott. The rest of the Hendrick group, Alex Bowman. Also
Yeah, I'll look at the lap averages since it's over. Who is it?
Saying that the car has been really, really snug. So he's been going to work for his driver, Alex Bowman, who is now on the pit lane trying to get one final.
She's loaded, too.
Minutes. So if you're going to make an adjustment, now's the chance. But again, all the Hendrick drivers now chasing William Byron. I mentioned the momentum and the fact that they felt like they had a good long run base off the truck. Oh boy, it's showing here this afternoon.
What Alan didn't tell him is that you're in the club with everybody else, because William Byron is an outlier at this point. No, his fast lap isn't there. When you look at the fast lap, it was 2 or 3.
Chevrolet holds the record in Cup wins at the Glen with 22 victories.
It looks like they got great pace.
Almost wore a Chevrolet t-shirt today.
Weekend began. I overheard you talk about
Ryan Blaney and Briscoe going into the turn there.
Change. So what you say is maybe a 73-second lap kind of the barometer to gauge where you are here today?
Well, it's how you hang on to it. And really, when I look at William Byron, we get out to lap 12, lap 13, he's still running 73.5-second lap times. A lot of guys are in the 74s at that point. So
Byron has been the only person that's fast enough with Haley on lap averages.
Can I hang on to speed? How do I not overheat my brakes? How do I keep my braking zones good where I can continue to make pace as I look?
We've got just 3 minutes remaining in total practice for the Go Bowling at the Glen here at Watkins Glen International. Gives us a chance to step away and pause 10 seconds for station up.
All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us today. Any Braves stream tonight? No, not tonight. Got some plans. We'll be back Tuesday night for Braves Mets from Citi Field. So that's all on you there, Shady Lane. Make sure you go check out Shady Lane. I'm sure he'll be doing the Braves game here today. Ozzy says her dad, Roland Dane, owned the 888 race team. Are in all. Jess had 35% shares and she sold out. So look at that. Lizard King says Briscoe for the poll again, possibly. We'll see. He knows how to do it. He knows how to do the polls, man. Braves are playing in like 20 minutes. Oh, they're playing an afternoon game. That's no, it's a double header promo code. Double header. Braves Marlins double header today for them since they had a rain out game back earlier this season. So thanks so much for hanging with us today. We appreciate you. I'm gonna just see something right here.
Right now.
Oh, it does work. Yes.
As a matter of fact, Cindric is now popped into the top 5 in the 15 consecutive lap average.
888, it's called. Okay, 888. Thank you.
One car's William Byron has gone to the top of the 15 lap average.
Willie B.
The team that won the Daytona 500 maybe stubbed their toe a few times here in the summer stretch. Busted through the big win last week in the Iowa Corn 350 at Iowa Speedway, and now the momentum clearly carrying over to Watkins Glen.
Always find that interesting. And Todd, to that point, think about William Byron. You come out of the box, he repeats in the Daytona 500. We always talk about the fact that, yes, granted, the Daytona 500 is the so-called Super
6 likes to go to 100.
But you
help us out. 6 likes for 100.
A lot of these teams, and folks might not think of
Denny and Hosevar riding together here.
Freaking context of a big track like Daytona, as far as a 2.5 mile super speedway and what all that means. But that win at Iowa,
not too many cars on the track.
That team.
Yeah, it definitely did, and it got it back to victory lane. You know, they won at Daytona, and they've had speed, but they needed to execute their way through it and get to the point. They'd had a couple. Rudy had had a couple races. I think of Michigan. I think of Indianapolis, where they were on the losing end of the fuel battles. And this was one. Rudy was honest about it. He said, "I came at 206. I didn't plan on that being my last stop. The Cautions put me."
What happened to Cindric at the road courses? Is it the car because he's almost won a couple races? I don't know, but he was fast. He was the fastest in the beginning.
15 laps to go. So it was a.
Yeah, he's 22nd.
Guys. And
22nd fastest right here.
Building into the playoffs as we look forward. So,
what's up, Screw YouTube?
Talk about him being really good. I was looking through the lap times. Chase Briscoe actually.
What's up, Screw
really
YouTube?
He has a spike where his lap times went down. I went back and looked at a little bit of it. He was working his way around Ryan Blaney. He took him 3 or 4 laps to find his way around that. Came back to matching lap times at lap 15 and 16 with where Ryan. With where William Byron had gotten to. He looks really good, and a teammate of his is always good here, Denny Hamlin. Chris, you got something there?
Yeah, Denny just pulled his Toyota down pit road, Todd, and he is not a happy camper. Just saying it is extremely tight throughout the entire length of his run out on the racetrack.
Extremely tight for Denny. Denny, the Magic Man.
It did not get any better.
Brown Red Bull.
Expiring. There's not much they could do as far as a change and then see where.
I think he will. I don't think he's going anywhere.
But kind of shocking me because Watkins Glen traditionally.
Who would take his spot? Who's going to take Cindric's spot?
Back in 2016, he's won 2 of the last 6 polls here at Watkins Glen, but I don't know about today. They're going to try to diagnose a very tight race car for that progressive Toyota and Denny Hamlin.
They're going to have 10 minutes to try to figure out what kind of adjustments they can make, and they are limited on their types of adjustments that they can do. As we get set for pole qualifying for the Go Bowling at the Glen, practice is officially over for both groups.
All right, so now we're going into qualifying. I don't know if they do Group A or Group 2. I'm not sure. Group 1, Group 2 for qualifying, but we'll find out here in just a second. Turn that off. We'll put that on. Right. Go. So let's look at the lap averages really quick. Let's take a look at the lap averages. Todd Gillen in the overall. Willie B, Kyle Larson. And then your 5 lap average, Justin Haley, Willie B, Kyle Larson. Your 10 lap average, Willie B, Justin Haley, Connor Zilich. And Willie B, the 15 lap average, so he's good on a longer run. Willie B, Justin Haley, Connor Zilich, Austin Cindric, SVG. So Cindric and Busher, of course, Busher here win last year. He's good on a long run too as well. So we'll be watching some of these cars if we have a long run on these tracks. But Willie B right now taking the spot over on Justin Haley. So there's the 10 lap average, the 5, and then the overall lap average for that.
Or Justin Haley, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, Kyle Larson, Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah, I think he will be too.
Todd Gilliland was 8th, Chase Briscoe 9th, and William Byron was 10th.
If I were to say to you that after
you have a bank account, awesome, Ryan Reed.
Haley, the biggest surprise, would you agree?
Yes, 100%. I didn't have him.
Do you think
on my game?
Do you think the reason why he won't be there is because his dad's not working for Penske anymore and they just get rid of him? I don't know. I mean, Cindric has brought wins to the Penske organization, but yeah, I know there is bad blood between Blaney and Cindric too, as well, because I've heard that over the radio a lot when I've been at races. But I don't know. You never know, Ozzy.
A little bit softer, but it's a little harder. They weren't sure, and I think all that goes into your preparation, how you come to the racetrack, and you're not sure what you're really going to have till you get the real race tire on the real racetrack.
So practice is wrapped up. Now we turn our attention to qualifying for the Go Bowling at Glen. And this is a race which traditionally it seems qualifying in the top 10, if not the top 5, can often be a good indicator of success on race day. We say often, not always, because Chris Buescher kind of blew that theory apart here last year.
Yeah, he did. He started the deepest anybody's ever come from to win a race at Watkins Glen in the NASCAR Cup Series. I believe 24th is where he started that particular race. But when you think qualifying here in 2025 in the NASCAR Cup Series, you have to start thinking Chase Briscoe, do you not, Todd?
Yeah, what, 6 poles so far this year? It's been impressive. The run that he and James Small have been on, it seems like they've clicked together on what they need to do to make pace in the race cars, and he's adapted very well. They've had a plethora of front row starts.
Talked about William Byron, a former winner, just won here a couple of years ago in the NASCAR Cup Series, and again, he had good speed in that practice session. Hoping to word from him just here very shortly as we continue to anticipate the start of qualifying for the Go Bowling at the Glen. Byron among the leaders from the Hendrick Motorsports stable, a driver that always seems to run well here. He's had 3 top 10 finishes in his 6 prior
All right, here we go.
The NASCAR Cup Series. Talked about the fact that the short track win at Iowa last week was a good momentum builder for that.
So a 20-minute qualifying session here for Group 1.
Different personally here. Ran into him in the garage this morning. Got a nice beard going.
I don't think he'll be with Penske for many more years, but definitely he'll be back next season. I think so as well. Cody, what's up? Let's go, Willie B. Mr. Consistent. Let's get over that summer slump. Bad luck.
Are you a believer of momentum?
Or he's about to start game 1.
Everybody knows the sense of accomplishment, and that is what creates a next week.
100% I believe in momentum. 100%. This is professional sports. You feel confident you're going to be better.
What up, Charles? Good to see you.
Is or not, just your
100 likes. Keep on hitting that like, y'all. Help us out. Let's see if we can get some more likes, y'all.
So much of when you're win and you're in a good position, things go smoother. They go better for you. You're in a great mental position. And I think mental drives a lot of this stuff. Chris Willer, you got some more on William Byron?
And I'm standing here, Todd, with William Byron.
Really be
quickest on the long run speed. How would you assess the overall session? You had the benefit of watching that opening group. So what did you learn and then apply to that second session?
Yeah, I feel like we learned some stuff, but honestly, we kind of went with our gut and what we had prepared with all week, and the guys did a good job bringing a good car here. So got to make it last on the long run as always, but overall, I feel that we brought a good package here, something I could definitely work with.
When you're on the course of a long run, can you feel that you're in kind of the ballpark, or are you relying on Rudy and the rest of the team relaying that info to you?
Yeah, I'm just kind of relying on him. I'm just trying to be consistent and find speed where I feel like there's speed to get, and just trust my instincts.
I have a feeling SVG may not go 4 in a row on a road course. I don't think so either, Bronny.
Whether
You don't know where you're.
It's a different type of road course, you know?
Pretty solid run. I think we can still get better though. So how do you change now to go put one good lap in? Yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenge. I think just kind of make sure my tires are up and feel good coming to the green flag, and then just try to make pace in all the different areas. 2023 winner William Byron feeling good. Steve Post.
Other driver who's taking a look at a lot of data right down here is Austin Cindric with Team Penske. So, how do you feel about your race car practice and even race conditions, Austin?
It could be, that could be the possibility too, Jamie Barry.
Last year and trying to compare what we expected for the event, and yeah, just trying to figure out where we're getting some speed in our Snap 1 Mustang for the short run here for qualifying, but yeah, still trying to take mental notes of what happened over the long run there.
There we go. That's Austin Cindric here. He's going to let him get back to the data there.
Before we put the cars on the track to go qualifying, we'll explain the procedure when we come back.
All right. Helena says, I think that because Cindric isn't on the same level as teammates all the time, we tend to act like he's not good at all, but he's honestly been pretty consistent this season. I agree with you 100%. And he's got a victory, and he's in the playoffs. So, um, all three Penske teams are in the playoffs this year. So it should be interesting to see what happens. But Barry's been on a downhill slump ever since he won in Vegas, too, as well, Bronny. Almost had the pole there in Atlanta, but did not have the pole. Maybe Suarez to the 21, Jake. Odd to think, but possible. So Daniel Suarez, maybe if Barry moved into that Penske role. So lots of stuff's going to happen during the off season. They call it the silly season as well. So for the ones that are just joining us, make sure you're hitting that like for us. We're trying to go 150 on the likes. That's our new goal. 150 on the likes. Subscribe to the channel as well. 34,335 is our subscribe count. We'd love to have some more subscribers to join our NASCAR community, which is the best community on YouTube. Looking at them possibly going into TikTok and all that stuff, streaming all that at once. I'm not really too sure though. I might just stick to what we do here. And also, in the pin message above, normally don't do this in our pin message, but our good friend Triton, our mod, he's been with us from day one. He has a lot of some medical issues, and we're trying to help him with his medical bills. And so, if you would like to help out with a GoFundMe page, click on the link for the GoFundMe page. Or if you don't like doing to the GoFundMe, he has a PayPal as well. Anything will help. Everything, any little donation to anything, high donation is great. We're trying to get to a goal of 3,000. He's at 2,100 last time I checked. So if you could get him to 3,000, that would be awesome. I know that's a lot of money to ask for, but if you could help out, that would be great. If not, I totally get it. I totally understand. We'd love for you to hang out with us the rest of the weekend and chill with us on the channel. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and we're back at it.
Subtle. They're going to be a change in the sway bar arm stiffness. There's going to be a change in the shock valving. They're going to be, putting tires on.
I got to go SVG possibly. I don't know. I picked them already, so I can't go back on my pick. But I love my dark horse, Michael McDowell.
But you actually may bring the nose of the car up or down to make an aero shift and make it where it can be at its peak performance for one lap. And that's going to be different than what you want to do in traffic. So we need these crew chiefs and teams to have time to kind of break down what they had out of practice and then make these changes to go forward into making that one fast lap for themselves, which might be one of several they run here.
Because on road courses, even though we still have two groups, the Group 1 cars will go on the track.
21 car wants Hocevar?
20 minutes on the clock. They can run one lap, or they can run as many as they want in 20 minutes. And then the Group 2 cars will then have 20 minutes. They will then go out, not single cars, but anybody can go out at the same time as they want, run as many laps as you can in the 20 minutes. However, there is a combined, it's like practice. Your best lap will be combined with Group 1 and Group 2, and that's how we'll determine the starting lineup for the Go Bowling at the Glen.
Well, one of the things that, as we talk about this,
And SVG has to run here
Kurt, you
in
asked
this qualifying session.
Didn't think there was a substantial difference, but we see it. The fastest car out of Group 2 was 9th fastest overall because there was a little more rubber laid down the racetrack.
Thank you, Cody. Appreciate that, Triton.
Now, I'm not going to
Thank you so much.
But it may impact 2 or 3 tenths of a second, especially early. So I would look for guys to go out, maybe run a lap here, let everything cool down, the tires cool down. The fast laps of this session, I would expect to happen at the last minute of this session because the race.
Everybody tell Cody, thank you so much for the PayPal to our good friend Triton. Please say thank you to Cody.
Several other drivers beginning to work their way down the pit lane toward the exit of pit road to take to the racetrack as qualifying is about to get underway. What about the rumble strips around this racetrack, Todd? There's rumble strips at various portions of the course, like a high curb to drivers left and to drivers right. We've already seen it. For example, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series yesterday evening. Sometimes those trucks would get off the course, ramp up over those curbs, then ramp over them again and come back onto the course. How much can that shake and unsettle the setup on a car?
Yeah.
Oh no, Hendricks. I'm out of them all in fantasy picks.
Because we have a carbon floor and diffuser underneath the cars, they had to get the curbs down lower. And it changed really how you can race around this racetrack. The curb exiting turn 1, you can cross over that much easier.
What's up, Richard? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well as well.
The turn 4 there, it was a jump, and that had to come down. But we've got the curb there. The curb exiting the carousel is one that you can cross over pretty easily. And the curbs in and out of the inner loop. That used to be almost a jump. You'd be airborne. We'd look at videos to see what happened through there. They calmed those down. Now it's almost like a street course. How close can you get to the Armco barrier there and straighten that corner out? Those pieces there, the asphalt runoff places around those places, they've gone back and kind of ground in the rumble strips that they have on rate.
Village will be in the 99 next season. Yes.
Take some grip away, but the drivers.
And Bowman ain't going nowhere either. You're right.
The handful of drivers that have pulled onto the racetrack have passed the alternate start-finish line, which is on the short straightaway, headed to turn number 6. It's between turns 5 and 6, and they're beginning their first hot lap.
I get it on the doctor bills. My insurance pays out $134,000 a month for me. Wow.
E3 spark plugs stuck in slow motion. Unleash the NASCAR fire inside you.
I think Bowman is under a contract. Yeah, he is.
Gives you maximum fuel.
Through 2026, Jamie.
And let's time.
He's through contract through 2026.
Speed, domination. Get yours today.
Todd was just talking a moment
Either
ago
Byron
about
gets it or Briscoe does the second three-peat pole this season. My prediction.
The east end of the course, the backside of the course. That's where Kyle Larson has just been. He's now left the carousel. He's currently making the left.
Ty Gibbs. We'll see what SVG turns here.
His time of 73.4 seconds. That computes.
Yeah, Byron's in Group 2.
120 miles an hour. Ty Gibbs is a tick quicker. His time, a minute 12.92 seconds, 120.954 miles per hour.
Ty Gilliland rockets to second fastest. Zane Smith goes to third. Larson kicked back to fourth. Catherine Legg is the 5th driver that's clicked off an official lap. She is now currently in the 5th spot as more and more drivers begin to get their first official laps in. Keep in mind, Kurt, on practice, the fastest laps didn't come, in some cases, to the 2nd, 3rd, or even 4th consecutive lap.
So you're saying don't etch anything into stone just yet?
Point. As a reference point, the pole winner a year ago was Ross Chastain.
Who's been your most disappointed in driver this season?
2.130 seconds at 122.279 miles per hour. To put that into some context, well, we're not quite there as of yet.
I guess
we're 0.8 of a second slower than what last year's pole.
I'd say Chris Buescher.
The racetrack. In fact, he moves up to 3rd fastest here.
Chris Buescher.
Early on in our.
Oh, Jake says the 99.
Got where on the track, Catherine Legg.
I say Buescher.
Also,
oh yeah, Rowdy. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, Rowdy. That's a good one too.
Ty Dillon getting ready to go as well.
That's a good one.
Goes to the top of the leaderboard. Second lap, even faster, 0.6 of a second faster.
Ooh.
2 for Ty Gibbs. As Connor Zilic is on the race course, making his way around Watkins Glen International.
40 likes to go to 150. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. now goes to 4th, and Cole Custer rounds out the top 5. At least to this point, we're still 15 minutes.
Zilic kind of showed a little bit on the pole there.
Backs his car back into the stall on the pit lane as others now getting ready to get underway. Shane Van Gisbergen, this saw him roll out down pit road. Also, Daniel Suarez.
I had to kind of agree with the 17. I expected a lot better. I guess I never expected anything from the 8 or the 99.
On the track right now, there's no need to come blasting off pit road and get fully up to speed because You got a long ways to go before you actually begin your lap at the alternate start.
Gibbs has speed. Hit the like. That's right, Susan.
The track trying to run their hot laps up through the S's.
Yeah, and you definitely want to be aware of that, and you've got your spotter talking you through that. But when you look at it, with the alternate start finish line, we don't have to get all the way around to get to that start finish line. That start finish line is on the straightaway between the carousel turn 5 that I guess.
Love that WeatherTech Red Bull, man.
6. That's where it starts. So you've got to think about getting your tires to the temperature. William Byron talked about getting his tires to the right temperature. You've got to have them at temperature to get into that.
Possibly.
Long,
Possibly.
right,
We'll see.
kind of downhill, but you want to carry a lot of speed off that because you're coming to the start finish line, and that's so really up through the S's. You probably take a little bit easy, but the last of the S's, you're really trying to work some into it, and then through the inner loop, you're really trying to make sure your tires are where they need to be to start that carousel. So there's not a lot of off time like there used to be because we.
Where was Dinger in practice? Let me look.
Back the course. And Alex, to your point about the S's, that is an uphill climb. It's narrow. There are blind spots. It's turns 2, 3, and 4. You've got pit road, the exit. You come out right at the exit of pit road, right where the cars are going downhill, coming out of turn number 1 on the racetrack. All of a sudden, everybody's trying to blend in the line and go back uphill through the S's, make all that happen without an incident.
Yeah, and you've got to carry momentum at the top of that hill, at the top of the S's. There's over 100 feet of elevation change from all the way down at the bottom of turns 1 and 2 up to the top of the S's because the S's spill out onto the back straightaway where you have to maximize your horsepower. Fastest car in practice today was Justin Haley. Michael McDowell was second quick in practice, and Kurt, they just got their first lap.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of bad luck with NFL too.
Second quickest overall. Fast. Minute 12.3 seconds, 121.9 miles per hour, and then Justin Haley just a tick behind him.
Look at SVG first lap,
but a long way to go.
What the heck's going on here today?
Communication on the Connor Zillage team down here. The radio communication and the fast laps thus far, many of them have come on lap number 2 of the qualifying run. Connor Zillage went out and completed his first lap, but in the process,
maybe the second lap here for SVG will be back up. Look at McDowell in the green now. McDowell and Haley in the green. Spire, baby.
Zillage, so he kind of surprised everybody when he.
Oh, what? I saw. Oh, yeah, okay.
Was not
He's got one lap. He's got one lap in.
Connor said, we're going to need to cool this down and go back out and run a few more laps. He's still fifth fastest, I believe, or at least he was when he ran his time, but they felt like the second lap was...
Trying to find where Dinger was. I'm pretty good, Craig. Good to see you, man. Bo, good to see you. Yes, they're qualifying right now.
The consecutive lap of qualifying is done for Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell.
In his lap, 72.18 seconds. He's the first driver to top 122 miles per hour thus far, 122.195.
So Michael McDowell is currently the fastest. Ty Gibbs is second quick, and Kyle Busch has just gone to third now. Good lap for Kyle Busch. Fastest in practice was Justin Haley. He is.
It's based on how fast of a lap you can go in 20 minutes.
26. Zane Smith is 8th.
You're there? Awesome, Rizzler.
Junior was 10th. He's been kicked back because Shane Van Gisbergen has just gotten his lap in.
Rowdy, Gregory says.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
Still 11 minutes to go here for Group 1 qualifying from Watkins Glen International.
All right, appreciate you being here. Yeah, so there's Group 1 and Group 2. Each session will run as many laps as you can. And the fastest lap you get is the lap you're going to have. So right now, Michael McDowell is out there running around. Gibbs, and look at Rowdy now, third fastest. We need a good run for Rowdy here. He needs everything to get in the playoffs right now. He is way out of it. You got Suarez, Haley, and SVG now 2 laps. He still doesn't have it today. What's going on with SVG? Maybe he'll hit the third lap or something. I don't know what's going on with SVG, but right now, oh, there it is. So much for that. I just jinxed that one. There it is on top of the leaderboard. 71.993 with 3 laps complete. What a difference in 3 laps. Rowdy does need a win to get in for sure. But there he is, SVG with 3 laps completed now and on top of the leaderboard.
It's a series.
Michael McDowell, I'm going to try to get back out there and see if he can do something. But this is Group 1. We got another 25 minutes. And sorry, I thought I said it was going on at 1 o'clock today. It'll be on at 1:30 Central for pre-race ceremonies for the Mission 200 today for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. That'll be next. And it is up on the street over on our channel as well. So you can go hit the like on that as well. You'll be redirected as well. Actually, let me do that now. And there it is. He drops that fastest lap right now, and he's in the pits. That 88 WeatherTech Chevrolet from Trackhouse.
I'm going to keep going. You just let him go.
Yeah, you too. And that's exactly what happens. He ends up quickest overall to this point. Ty Gibbs has been fast. He went out, busted off quick lap, and then quickly came back down the pit road and parked his car in the pit stall. Let's follow up on Ty Gibbs. Third fastest overall right now. Check in with Chris Williams.
And the plan originally for Ty Gibbs was to go out, run those 2 laps. He quickly went to the top of the board, and he was well clear by about a second. They brought him down pit road, and then Tyler Allen said that they were going to wait and see if they need to go back out. Well, certainly in the last 5 minutes, we saw what SVG just did. And actually, just looking at the body language of this entire Joe Gibbs racing crew, they almost just laughed. Like they just knew this was coming from SVG. We're not surprised to see him throw up a monster lap like he just did. So now the plan is to get this car as cooled as quickly as possible, and they're going to send Ty Gibbs out with just about just under 6 minutes to go left in this session. Let him get 2, possibly 3 if he needs it.
Goes Connor Zillage back out.
Good. SVG went out and one up them, so he's going to have to go back out and give it another go to try to topple SVG here in qualifying.
8 minutes to go here in the Group 1 cars right now. And after the radio snafu that Steve Post explained earlier for Connor Zillage, who only got 1 lap in earlier, which not a bad lap for Connor Zillage. He was 8th best. He has pulled back out on the Watkins Glen race course, and he's going to try to up that.
We had heard earlier.
What's up, Logan? Good to see you, Logan Gates. Hello.
That Connor Zillage had been loose. The car had trouble getting off the corners. Then we heard about the radio miscommunication here in qualifying.
Thanks, Richard.
But Connor Zillage, nonetheless, after all that, 8th quickest overall, he is back out on the racetrack as Alex described. Michael McDowell, let's check and see what the story is with him. He's 2nd quickest. Let's go to Steve Post.
Similar to what Chris reported with Ty Gibbs, they're cooling this car down and they're watching the laps and listening to the radio.
Mike sandwich.
Travis Peterson and Michael McDowell.
A sandwich.
Ginsbergen was on the lap. It was an emotional change. As Travis Peterson said, he just did a perfect bus stop. Talking about Shane Van Gisbergen as they compared the laps overall, the inner loop of the bus stop as it's known for, known down here.
What's up, Gary Rice? Good to see you.
And Travis reported that Shane was also better down.
You fell asleep.
Number 1. So
I have that effect on people, Miss Tom. I have that effect on a lot of people.
As they get set to go. Let's go further up.
I put a lot of people to sleep. Just ask Coach.
Briscoe, who's Ty gets ready to go back out. So what did you learn watching Ty in this session, and what did you learn about your race car before you go qualifying?
Yeah, just trying to see, kind of just how much harder you can drive in qualifying. It looks like we're, 7, 8 tenths faster than what we had in practice. So, yeah, just trying to see, where all that 7 and 8 tenths comes from. Is it all in one area of the racetrack?
I'm on a break.
So,
Glad you could join us on your break, man.
But yeah, on our fast rush out Toyota was pretty good in practice. You never really know until we all finally go out there qualifying for race. But it drove okay. Could have done.
It was a short cat nap.
Mix, I thought. So yeah, see what we got here.
Does this Toyota have a 71-second lap in it, you think?
Yeah, I think if I do my job, that's what it all comes down to on these road courses. Is your car is obviously a huge component, but from the driver's seat, you gotta nail it on your end. You can't mess up one of these corners or really heads ups. And Shane's just so good at never really messing up. So it makes you already have to work so hard to try to keep up with him. And that's where a lot of guys obviously are making mistakes. So hopefully I'll do my job. And
He's in the next one.
it's not been enough video.
He's in the next one.
Maybe today will be the day.
He didn't practice so good. He was down in the 30s with Denny.
If anybody will try to add another one here today.
Trying to win. If he does, his 3rd consecutive Cup Series pole. If he's successful in that, he'll be the first driver since 1980.
Yeah, about 5 minutes left.
3 consecutive pole.
5 minutes left. Pusher out there now. And Zillage.
Kurt on the track with just 5 minutes to go in Group 1.
One of those is the car of Chris Buescher, who won this race 1 year ago. Talked about the fact a year ago did not have a great qualifying effort. He started outside the top 20 last year. He is 7th quickest overall. Again, this is just now Group 1 on the racetrack, but he did take a lap, 7th fastest. Checks in at 121.528 miles per hour. And in fact, he's going to climb further up the leaderboard on his second lap. His time, 1:12.265 seconds. That's just over 122 miles an hour. So move Chris Buescher up to 3rd fastest overall.
And he had not taken a qualifying lap in this session until just now. when he
Mr.
ran
Buescher,
consecutive laps.
3rd fastest.
Right now, Connor Zilich is back out there. Noah Gregson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Ty Dillon, Kyle Larson is back on the track, as well as J.J. Yaley.
Question for you about what we heard from Chase Briscoe a moment ago. Do you like the attitude that it's always healthy to have a good, strong...
Who's this Denny we speak
competitor
of?
like Shane Van Gisbergen, but also you got to have the fire to go out there and say, all right,
Who's this
he's
Denny?
the quickest. I think maybe I've got it in me to go out.
Finished 3rd, the 11 car. We'll see. I don't see that happening, but
You know, the
good
conversation,
possibility.
confidence that he has in James Small and that whole
No cussing.
team out there doing the tricks. And I think it's been invigorating for this relationship to see them get the win that they got earlier this season and all the polls they've had. They've had speed. He's adapted to it. I think he's got a lot of belief in his guys. It is. Shane Van Gisbergen does a really good job. We've seen that. That's why he has 3 road course wins this year. He's really good at this type of racing. It's what his come up and how he was brought up. So we'll see where that plays out. But yeah, I like the fact that he really feels confident. If he hits his marks, he's got an opportunity to compete with him.
Agree 100%. He's also being very realistic because he's in Group 2 and he sees the speeds right now, and he sees the mark that Shane Van Gisbergen put down, which, by the way, Van Gisbergen's fastest lap is the only lap in Group 1 so far that has eclipsed last year's pole speed. So while he has the confidence because he already has 6 poles this year, he certainly has...
Only Denny I know is the restaurant.
Is it safe to say? Sometimes I look out the window and
Yeah, I wonder why that would be brilliant. Denny to have Denny's as a sponsor.
It's so casual. Safe to say the wheels are always turning upstairs.
Yes. Yeah, they
Oh,
are,
man.
especially through these sessions. You got all sorts of data to digest and what you can work through. It's
Keep on hitting that like, trying to get to 150 on the likes. Help us out.
McDowell comes back out on the racetrack, 2.5 minutes to go. So realistically, these drivers can get 1 to 2 more laps in qualifying.
I can't believe Michael McDowell's not going back out there. 2 minutes left.
Tomorrow, we've got Group 2 drivers still to qualify. They'll combine the times and we'll set the starting lineup for the Go Bowling at the Glen. Shane Van Gisbergen is the fastest, and he just sits patiently on the pit lane. They've already put the Trackhouse Racing cover across the Lexan windshield. They have no plans of going back out on the racetrack at this point.
In fact, Steve Post, I thought it was interesting. You commented a moment ago about the observation.
Oh, I don't care, Taro.
So through the inner loop, and that is such an important part of the course in order to get back out.
I guess my pick and my dark horse.
And carry some momentum through the carousel.
And that's what everyone is talking about, the conversation. And we heard as
Keep hitting that like for us, trying to get to 150 on the likes. We're 25 away.
everywhere. And when you look at the bus stop, it's arguably the most...
Had you on TV and couldn't message. Oh, okay. What's up, Kelly? I know a lot of people watch us on TV. My analytics show that, which is pretty cool.
But the bottom
How do I look on an 80-inch?
bus stop, and that being such a technical part of the course.
You want Ross Chastain?
Course down through the 90 and down into the next part of the course.
How did the 2-car win the championship?
It looks like SVG did his homework, but
Cindric's never won the championship.
Kyle Larson's going back out, so I think we'll see if anyone else can maybe try to nail that bus stop as well.
And as racers, we learn the most from our failures. And Shane Van Gisbergen missed in the inner loop, and that's where Chris Buescher passed him last year for the win here. He got a little too close to that wall. He hit it, knocked him a little bit loose. I am sure in the offseason he's made sure that that area is spot on point for where he needed to come back this year.
Nobody that's still on the track in this
There's McDowell out there.
is getting any quicker because we learned in practice that the Goodyear tires are great, but as designed, the lap
Ties your dark horse. Willie B's the winner. Gotcha.
So I think Shane Van Gisbergen
He looks fast. 4th fastest right now.
at least for the Group 1 drive.
He was out there pretty fast. I mean, he was the number 1 until SPG got out there and McDowell.
To break the 72-second barrier, his time was 1 minute 11.993 seconds. Didn't beat it by much, but enough to be the quickest to this point. And again, that computes to a speed of 122.5 miles per hour.
As we're down to now the final, well, nope, red and black flags just go in there because the clock just hit 0. So qualifying for Group 1 is complete. Those who are already on the track do have the opportunity to finish their laps. One of them is Michael McDowell, Daniel Suarez, Riley.
What happens here with McDowell?
Kyle Busch is out there as well. They have the opportunity to finish.
Ain't happening.
Kyle Busch looks like he's got a pretty good lap going right now.
Yeah, already P5 on the board, but working on putting a run together here.
Look at that. Second fastest for Rowdy.
It's been cleaned up.
Wow. Let me see my
See
eights.
where it gets to. He's in fighting range here. A really good lap for work. How's that?
Couple of drivers who did pick up speed.
Rowdy, second fastest.
Kyle Busch, keep in mind.
Rowdy friends.
Consistent practice. Guys have talked about how he had checked in and qualifying at 5th. He got in a lap right at the end of the session, moves him all the way up to 2nd on the leaderboard, just a tick behind Shane Van Gisbergen.
And he talked about this is one of his favorite race courses. It's interesting.
Love to see Rowdy with a win. Me too.
To the time, this is a team that needs a win. This might be the.
I remember he was pretty good at Coda.
Up for Group 1 cars. Shane Van Gisbergen is the fastest. Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, and Ty Gibbs are the top 5 Group 2 cars set to qualify next.
Remember, Rowdy was really good at Coda, and then he had that issue on pit road where he sped. Remember? He was really good at Coda. He led a lot of laps at Coda as well. So looks like, ooh, Larson got loose out of that tunnel turn there. I wish he would. His pit crew will blow it for him, or he'll speed on pit road, one or the other. So see if this happens here. But thank you guys for so much. This is the end of Group 1 qualifying. And here is how it stands right now. SVG ran 3 laps, and that's all he needed. Kyle Busch ran 5 laps. He's in second. McDowell with 5 laps as well. You got Chris Buescher, who won last year. Ty Gibbs, Daniel Suarez, Justin Haley, Connor Zilich, Todd Gilliland, Kyle Larson, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Ty Dillon, Zane Smith, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Noah Graxon, Cody Ware, Catherine Legg, JJ Yaley, and Josh Balicki are your Group 1 qualifiers. So now we'll be in Group 2. And they'll all add to that there. They won't be another one there, so I'll not have to worry about that. So Group A. Now this is Group B. Like so. All right, so there you go, y'all. These veterans on a road course, look out. Kelly says SVG might be faster, but these guys have raced at the Glen a lot more than SVG has. Bronny says Rowdy has been killing it on a road course this year. He has. Just mistakes that has really come up. What's up, T-Van? Good to see you, buddy. He's dropping those 8s. All right, so we've had a good day today. Coming up next at 1:30 Central, we'll be having the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the Mission 200 flag-to-flag coverage for you guys. Hopefully it's not a long, drawn-out last 8 laps like yesterday. But looking forward to see you guys. We'll transfer you, redirect you back right after this. And I'll put the link in the chat. I want to keep the pinned message where it's at, though. But here is the link for that, so you guys can go over there and hit the coming up next NASCAR Xfinity Series Mission 200. All right, there's that. Paste. There in the pin, there's the message there for our next stream coming up here very shortly.
To enjoy that concert, it wasn't all that.
Awesome. Where did Kyle qualify?
Some staff went out, began to do some
10th so far. So far, 10th.
Taking some trees down around certain portions of the course. Keep in mind, we don't use the boot section of the race course. That's where IndyCar used to run, and Sports Car and IMSA runs there now. But they were out there clearing out some trees and some brush, and they found an automobile in the forest. they dated it back, did some research, and that car was from the early 70s. And they figured out that that car was abandoned here after the concert in 1973 and sat on property until about 10 years ago when the maintenance crew found it.
Have you ever abandoned a car after a concert?
No, but I may have lost.
Yeah, trucks were last night. Yeah, trucks were last night, Rat Farmer.
After the race here yesterday evening, after the NASCAR Crash the Truck Series race, you saw somebody in concert on the beach at Daytona free of charge.
Yeah, Eddie Money. Got to see Eddie Money on the beach free of charge down there. The late, great Eddie Money. It was a spectacular show. You know, beach concerts are great and they're not uncommon, especially when we go to Daytona Beach or even at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Steve Post and I had the opportunity on Ford Championship weekend one year at Homestead, courtesy of our great friends at Coca-Cola, to go watch the Zach Brown Band perform on a big stage on the beach in South Beach.
What's up, Russell? Get some rice and injecting us. That's right.
It's just
I hope Brad Kozlowski does good this weekend. Alex?
that you get to enjoy.
You mentioned the
Kelly says, nice, I miss my pool. Helps decompress my spine. We got a hot tub, Kelly. We get in it every night. 105 degrees.
Sports, yes, primarily for motorsports, but also for concerts like.
Ronnie says, I think only one that may have a chance of knocking SVG to the pole is the 24.
You know, a lot of these folks that come here, yes, they're rabid NASCAR race fans and they're here for the race. I met some fans who
you get out of that 105-degree hot tub, your legs just feel like they're like,
enjoy the camaraderie. They camp next to some of the same people they've been camping next to for years and years.
Yeah, this is an opportunity to kind of rekindle those friendships, and they're made amongst the campsites. And you come back,
hot tub and a White Castle burgers. That's right. Try.
It's impressive. It's a whole different vibe when you come to a road course like this. Such a camping atmosphere. I've got friends that have been here for decades that keep coming back and forth, back and forth. One of the cars that had a lot of speed, almost surprising speed, Kyle Busch. Steve Post, you got more.
Yeah, a lot of speed, especially late. Kyle, you pitted early in practice to make adjustments on the car. By the end of the practice qualifying, you go out and go second fastest. Just kind of describe how you arrived at such speed by the end of this whole session.
I mean, yeah, we just made a lot of changes to it, just trying to work on it and evolve on it, and you know, felt like the changes just weren't really the way I liked it. Actually, you know, we can't
Rowdy
the car back how we arrived, and I said, let me just go do it, and you know, that's where we qualified at. So just more laps, more reps, and we just got faster a little bits of here or there on the racetrack make up a little bit, and we're talking.
Last year, the 17 took the last lap from SVG. Yes, he did.
Great effort by the whole Zone Chevrolet team. Thanks to RCR guides and everybody at ECR, you know, pulling the rope in the same direction this week. Feels good.
Feels good, that's for sure. Is Kyle Busch. Chris Wilmer, who have you thought of?
And Chris Swisher ended up fourth in that first session. Chris, you've been top three all afternoon in practice, qualified fourth so far. Did you get everything you could out of that fourth?
Oh, crystal sliders, that man says.
I was pretty happy with this field submarines Ford Mustang, but I felt like I did a good job until the bus stop in that first time.
132 likes, trying to get to 150. 150 on the likes.
I think it was a good lap, but I think we had a lot of attention in the first one as well. Kind of just for the heck of it, went and ran a third lap after a cool down to see if I could clean some stuff.
I know Brad's not a great road course racer, but he can get a top 10 finish. We'll see. Same with Denny. If I get a top 10 finish, I'll be happy.
That way in practice, hold my breath and let's do it in qualifying right now.
No matter where you end up today, is the feeling of this race car very similar to what you ended up with last year when you took the checkered flag?
Yeah, very, very similar, but with a little bit more fire off speed. So all the things we were aiming to do coming down here, I think that we're checking boxes right now. But long race tomorrow, it's not going to be easy to repeat, never is, but I'm excited for it.
He's all smiles. Chris Buescher qualified so far in the top 5, although Group 2 starting to put up some times on the board.
Yeah, they are. Christopher Bell has just gone to fourth. Quick, on his opening lap.
Christopher Bell, wow.
Continue to dig.
C. Bell almost won this race yesterday in the trucks.
Christopher Bell.
He ran out of fuel. He would have won, too.
He did come out of Group.
Man, I see Danny going flying over the curves, man.
They're opening a couple of laps in.
They are. Denny Hamlin has been on the racetrack. He was 32nd quick in practice. Not a good practice session as far as that result, but
he's horrible at road courses.
After his opening lap, others on the racetrack, we've seen AJ Allmendinger here in group number 2, Alex Bowman, Josh Berry, Eric Jones, William Byron, John Hunter Nemechek as well.
As they continue to get their laps in, William Byron is one, Todd, that a lot of people, including us, after their practice
Heard an
session
interview.
today, had their eyebrows raised off of what they
Same
were
with
doing
Denny,
at
exactly.
speed. As a crew chief, yes, you want to win pole position. Yes, you
I
wanna win
never
the race.
thought I would hope Rowdy for a win, Gregory says.
But you know, you got a good handling race car in race conditions.
Yeah, but I sure want to win the pole still. I want to win everything. That makes our weekend easier. They do. They've got a lot of long run speed in this car. Put themselves up there. P5 right now on lap
JGR shirt, raise out, praise Bell.
They can improve on that with a cool down, and we've got what, 15, a little over 15 minutes left in the session.
Praise hell, praise Bell.
Bell currently
Bring Craig the horizon. What's up, man?
Yesterday evening in the NASCAR Crash the Truck Series, substituting for the injured Stuart Friesen, was leading. He dominated the final stage of the race, but then because of a fuel mileage situation,
Ran out of gas.
still rallied his way back up to finish fourth. But in our pre-race coverage yesterday, Alex, did you pick up on the respect Christopher Bell has for Stuart Friesen? And it was interesting to hear Christopher talk about watching Halmar Friesen Racing get involved in the game during his championship season.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's on the pole right now, Ozzy. Right now, he's on the pole.
Race car drivers
And Rowdy on the outside.
each other racetrack. But when one of them gets injured, they kind of band together and come together and try.
Alex Bowman's the fastest here in second group, but
very kind to answer.
he.
Absolutely. I'll drive this race truck for Stuart Friesen and Halmar.
Ooh, Hocevar almost lost it.
Glen. Caden Honeycutt's going to be in the truck.
Ooh, Hocevar, hold on to that thing.
But to have that healthy respect for not only Stuart Friesen as the driver,
My boy C. Bell.
and that team's up against, because
You
they
and
are
Big Big
team
Wade.
in the owners championship fight for the truck series as well.
Let's check in with Chris Wilner.
Yeah, some of the nuances of qualifying, and you heard it from Chris Buescher just talking about having to nail every.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Well,
P1,
Morales,
P2.
who currently sits fourth, pretty good, but there's.
I don't think anybody's gonna touch these guys.
Pulled down pit road and said.
Bowman's first in the second group, but he's fourth overall.
Let's cool down the engine and give it one more go. So more than one time now, we've heard of drivers thinking that there's
14 minutes left in this qualifying session, and we're done.
He wasn't. He's going to try it again, but again, top five on a not perfect lap. We'll see what he can do on a perfect lap here later on.
We'll wait and see for Bowman. He's currently fourth. Another Spire car is just rocketed up. Now, two Spire cars currently in the top five. Mike
Hocevar.
Carson Hocevar has just gone to the number 5 position. Joey Logano on his opening lap was a pretty doggone good one. Logano is
Logano, Joey. Let me see my 22.
Three drivers in Group 1, Shane Van Gisbergen, Kyle Busch, and Michael McDowell. They so far remain in the top 3 positions on the leaderboard. Chris Buescher, he had shown in fourth, but now drops back into the 9th position. So his run, his time hasn't helped.
See those 22s.
From Group 1.
not quite. Not every.
Ooh, Priest almost hit the wall.
Lap officially, but all the drivers who have not, there are 7 remaining that have not taken a lap, are on the race course, including Ryan Blaney, Brad Keselowski, and Chase Briscoe is on the track right now as well.
Heard from him earlier. Chris Wilner asked him, do you think you can break the 72-second mark like Shane Van Gisbergen did? He said, it's really up to me. He said, as long as I hit my marks, don't make any mistakes, I think I've got the car that's capable of doing that.
So,
Take some McDonald's cheese and put it on the ring.
Ross Chastain's opening qualifying lap was not good. 32nd for Ross Chastain on his first qualifying lap.
Wow.
Continue to dig.
Gerald says SVG will be wary of the wall. Shows he's quicker when last year once win. More points for the playoffs. Yeah. The more points, the better in that first round. If he gets to the second round, he might make it to the third.
Sneaks up into the top 5. He turns a lap a minute.
Brisket Whopper. Interesting.
61 miles per hour. And again, for now, puts him.
12 minutes to go.
First lap off for 10th. Blaney keeps his foot on the gas.
Oh, really? Well, it is fast food.
Number 2, see if he can pick anything
We're
up.
11 likes away from 200. Can you get us there? Help us out.
Seems like he's adding a little bit of speed as he comes forward. He lost time. Shane Van Gisbergen
Is the 19?
Superstar things. He's murdering people through the inner loop. That area there. Now, if I think back to the days when we were there, Marcus Ambrose really, really worked this area. Really,
Briscoe hasn't made a run yet.
Speed there. Blaney looks like he actually got through there pretty well. Put a pretty good lap together. We'll see what plays out.
Yeah, you think about how well Shane Van Gisbergen got through that quick right, right combination. And that indeed is one of the reasons why he is the quickest to this point. Now, Ross Chastain, on his second
Calories.
he goes to 10th. Ryan,
Ooh.
even bigger.
Blaney. Wow.
And Blaney with a lap as Todd was kind of describing his way around this race course. What a lap for Blaney. He knocks off Shane Van Gisbergen, puts the dark horse at the top. Kurt mentioned Ross Chastain. Second lap goes from 30
Wow.
to 10th position, and we're halfway through the time limit allowed for the Group 2
Blaney
on the track as we step away for just a short moment from Watkins.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Let me see those 12s. Where's my Blaney friends in the house? Any Blaney friends in the house tonight? Blaney runs it down, and SVG can't do nothing about it. He's in Group 1. So only these drivers in Group 2 can have any say on what's going to happen here. Do they get money for the pole? I don't know, but I know they get a Busch Pole Award, and of course they get qualified for the Busch Clash. There's Rookie dropping those 12s, and now Briscoe making his first run on the track. He hadn't been on the track yet, but he is now out there. Let's see what Briscoe can do. Look at that. First lap, second lap, second place. Wow. Look at that. Chase Briscoe. Oh, Briscoe trying to get a pole here. He's going to try to take him down. That's crazy.
That's not.
Has the 9 car been out yet? Yeah, Chase. Where's the other Chase? Yeah, he's 14th fastest. Chase Elliott, 14th fastest. And then for this group, and then he is trying to see where Chase is 20th overall. 14th fastest in this group, but 20th overall. Right. Go. All right. Rowdy falling down the board. Yeah. Rowdy is now in 5th fastest. SVG is 2nd now still. He's still on the outside, but here is Briscoe trying to do it here.
For now, lining him up right behind Shane Van Gisbergen and the leader, Ryan Blaney.
Ross Chastain is going to the number 4 spot in qualifying. Kyle Busch continues to sit at position number 5. Steve Post, we're in the middle of Group 2 qualifying with 8 minutes left.
Never been a fan of Rowdy, but ever since he got blessed with Martin Truex luck, I feel bad for him.
What did he do?
He got out of the car, he marched down pit road to Carson Hocevar's pit, and had some words. Now, I don't know if it was blocking a lap or what it was. I just came back and I asked the crew, I said, who did Brad go down and talk to? One of the crew guys literally got right in my face and says, who do you think he went and talked to? It's the same guy they talk to every week.
Wow.
Qualifying here at Watkins Glen. Now, Brad has climbed back aboard the race car, and he's going to...
What did Hocevar do?
Out on a lap here at Watkins Glen. They're going to try to get another lap in before this one is over. But yes, Brad not happy with Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, get in line. I think there's a whole bunch of people. Even though Carson continues...
I mean, Brad was going slow. He had nowhere to go.
When you make everybody mad, it's going to make life miserable for you the further you go in your...
I mean, I don't know why Brad's mad about that. He was going slow, and Hocevar was at speed.
Sticking to his guns, whether you're all for that or against it, there may be some tough lessons in his future. Brad Keselowski wants to go back out on the racetrack. Chase Briscoe continues to soldier on. He's still on the track. He's running.
Never been a fan of Kyle Busch till now.
We're third.
Talked about Brad
Haley.
He went out and ran just 2 laps.
Haley is not in the top 10. He's 23rd fastest overall. Justin Haley, 23rd fastest overall.
Looks like John Hunter Nemechek.
Oh, he was coming into the pits. Okay.
Go try to further his opportunity to not only get a better starting spot, but a better...
He almost nailed Brad, for sure.
To pick which pit works you go into for tomorrow's Go Bowling at the Glen. Your thoughts?
Briscoe
on
trying to get here.
Kings Glen.
It's a battle for you, a mental battle of where you want to be. When you think about this racetrack and where it is, pit stops happen backwards here.
6 minutes left here. The funny thing is that Hocevar literally doesn't care. And honestly, I think he might be the one of the happiest guys within the cup because he doesn't let it affect him.
Back through there. That's
True. I met him in Nashville. Pretty cool dude.
Tires don't get away from you. They're fairly flat. As you come to the middle of pit road, forward of that,
Brad was going into the pits. Okay.
It starts to be kind of level and coming outward. And really,
what's up, Regine? Good to see you.
Pit stall 13 and forward.
2 more likes to 150. Help us out. 2 more likes.
Because if they're
to 150.
And they're sloped a little bit away, tires can get away from you.
There's John Hunter even checking that Mobile 1 paint job. Love it.
To adjust and get some pieces, but it's a little more challenging.
Brad is bad, like terrible bad.
What you qualify with as we go forward.
Hey, almost won Atlanta.
Really impressed with us, Chastain.
And he had a good top 10 finish.
Yeah, Ross Chastain, Ford's fastest now on the board down here. Just kind of chatting. A lot of his crew guys come over, reminiscing, looking at pictures and everything here. Ross, let's reminisce about that qualifying session. Lap 132nd.
Anyone can win Atlanta. True.
Fourth. Get up to third. How'd you get third or fourth? How'd you get that race car that fast?
Yeah, post-man, I'm learning from my teammates, so it was really nice.
See those watermelons. Ross Chastain.
Teammates in the first group, I got to watch them. They go practice. Then I was digesting my practice. They qualified me, looked through all their data. They laid out really nicely for the one team this weekend. And that goes back to a good finish last week of 11th and putting us in the second group here. So there was times last week in Iowa where I wanted 10th so bad and I almost crashed. And I was like, nope, I'm going to take 11th.
4 minutes left here.
So looking at SVG, looking at Shane's stuff, definitely, bummed he didn't get the pole. And I think we had all the makings of putting our number 1 Bushlight Chevy on the pole, but still, for a kid that grew up asphalt short track racing,
Bush took out SVG last race. Mistake got loose.
Turning right this fast and being within about a 10th of my teammate, I'll take it.
Gator says, "Wow, look at Bowman in the top 10." Yep, Bowman the slowman.
To get a top 5, top 6, top 7 qualifying run here today, it's fun.
Oh, it's incredible. It's everything. We train all week. We prep for this Saturday. And we know Sunday's coming, and we have that. But just to go fast on these laps and even just
Bowman the slowman.
As simple as running 3 laps, like you said, slow to start. I had to work up to it to get the speed out of the car. So luckily, this Goodyear Eagle tire doesn't just fall off right away. So that let me build it.
They should put Rowdy in Bowman's seat. Put the 48 back in victory lane.
See, team not starting deep in the pack. What they can do here tomorrow afternoon.
All right, thank you, Steve. We talked about Chase Briscoe.
If it's not free to watch, I don't watch it.
Laps ago, and turned in a speed over 122 miles an hour, good enough for third quick. On the timing and scoring monitor, a driver's last name will light up in purple when the driver's on his warm-up lap. Chase Briscoe, his name was in purple for the longest time. Dare I say it, I thought, well, timing and scoring something.
Briscoe did the same thing that Hocevar did, almost. Lost it in that turn.
The track. And that's good enough for third fastest in the entire running order. However,
look at Chastain now.
After that,
Chastain 4th overall fastest.
40 seconds and change. Why would he be out there just kind of puttering around?
Bowman has been doing better and Rowdy all season long.
Down. You got airflow.
Hocevar in the 48 would be a cheat code.
Like we used to with the Gen 6 car where you'll overheat the motor. You still got to
Huskers fan, what's up, man? Good to see you, Huskers fan. It's almost college football time.
Everything get back and just use that slow pace to do that and come back, and he's on a hard charge right now. Chris Mulliner, you can add to that?
Yeah, Todd, just to your point as well.
Awesome, Jimmy.
Just said, turn every fan on that you
Glad you found us, buddy.
Let's get these brakes.
We're always on, man.
Again, the opt to not come down pit road because you're going to run out of time if you come down pit road, stop in your box, and then have to come back all the way around on pit speed. So he's creeping around. He's going to get back on the
Glad you're here, buddy.
To hit that alternate start finish line and give it one more go. But we'll see what a heat cycle does on these tires.
It's amazing how YouTube works. Amazing.
Just 90 seconds to go.
90 seconds.
10 seconds for station.
Who's it going to be? Blaney? Or somebody else. SVG will be on the outside pole unless someone takes that spot away. and it doesn't look like it with Logano and Byron on the track right now. Maybe Byron puts together something here in the next 90 seconds here for this race, but this qualifying spot. But it looks like Ryan Blaney's going to surprise everybody and take the pole here. And then we'll be coming up here in about 30 minutes or so, y'all. We'll be doing NASCAR Xfinity Series race. Flag to flag coverage, just like this, y'all. So make sure we see each other. You'll be redirected after this is over as well. We redirected back over there. So we'll see. We got about 1 minute left.
Ryan Blaney went back out on the track and ran a very slow lap, much like Chase Briscoe has been doing. And Blaney's brought the car back. And that highlighter yellow Richmond Water Heaters Menards Ford Mustang Dark Horse, Blaney's gotten out of the race car, hopped across the wall now just to look at timing and scoring to make sure.
Yeah, make sure. Okay, go. Let's just review Ryan Blaney's most recent qualifying results at Watkins Glen in the last 3 years. 26th, 23rd, 30th.
Wow.
Today, number 1.
Right now, the CW shows animals.
Get to the point. We're about to see the red and blacks out there. We'll see who else is on the racetrack that might make a run at it. But
I'm not dissing Bowman, but he needs to step it up, Huskers fans.
They got an IndyCar program in house.
At least Rowdy put that turd in the top 10. He did.
Used to work and race pretty hard against Shane Van Gisbergen.
P5. He's going to start P5.
I know he's friends with these guys. I don't know if they're picking up any pieces off it, but doing a really good job making speed out of this program.
Ricky dropping those 12.
Great race car, and Ryan Blaney got
and there it is. Congratulations, Ryan Blaney.
Chief starter this week.
12's in the chat, y'all. 12's in the chat. Congratulations, Ryan Blaney. Where's my 12 fans in the chat? Redeem Blaney. There it is. Congratulations, Ryan Blaney. Didn't think about that happening. Where did we, y'all? Did we? But Group 2 still. So qualifying is over for new pole sitter. We got Austin Dillon. He's the last one on the track, unless he does something here. Austin Dillon, he got out there just as it went off. So Austin Dillon on the track here. One last shot here for Austin Dillon. Blaney winning on the radio is always top tier funny stuff. And when he's mad, it's even better because it's cussing like crazy. But there you go. Finally, there, Austin Dillon had nothing for him. So Ryan Blaney gets the pole. SVG will be on the outside for tomorrow's race. So look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow for the NASCAR Cup Series race for the Go Bowling at the Glen here tomorrow. So we'll have flag-to-flag coverage for you guys as well. Coming up here in about 30 minutes, we'll have your NASCAR Xfinity Series coverage of the Mission 200. So we look forward to seeing you guys then. So thank you, everybody, for making another great stream. Thank you so much for the ones that have donated to Triton's cause. And appreciate all the new subscribers. Hammer with the $2 super chat earlier. We appreciate him. And we thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the fun. Make sure your notifications bells are on so you know when we go live. And you're going to be redirected to the next stream here in about 29 minutes. I want to thank my lovely wife, Spain, for everything that she does. I want to thank my mods for moderating. I want to thank my members for their hard-earned money back to the channel. And I want to thank you for watching, because there's a lot of places you can watch, but you choose here. So that means a lot. All right, y'all. We'll see you in about 30. We'll take a little break, grab something to eat, and it's time for some NASCAR Xfinity Series racing. Glen. Peace.